In this bite, we're going to talk to Coach Raymond about whether or not we should track our carnivore journey. So, Coach Raymond, I'm a new carnivore. I'm just getting going. Should I be tracking my progress?
Yes, I would say totally track your progress, but in a different way than you think. So I would say, first of all, if you've decided that you're going to start the carnivore diet, take some day one pictures. My advice is for men, topless, front, side, back, and face. Those are the important sections. For women, of course, just with a sports bra and do the same. Now, if women have an issue with their hips mainly and all that, definitely take those pictures. I know it's very hard to do that, but that actually puts you on track that you're serious. The other thing is, some people would ask me, "Hey, should I weigh myself?" I like that. W- Go ahead and weigh yourself, but realize that you do that once every. I would not repeat that until 3 months in carnivore. Weighing has to a lot of my clients kind of dissuaded them off the carnivore diet. So, but pictures, I recommend pictures. Ideally once every 2 weeks or once a month, and that helps to keep you motivated and helps keep you curious what could change during that short amount of time. So, and not only that, progress pictures. Let's say you really hate your day one picture, right? And you're like had a hard time taking your day one picture. Imagine after a year and you look great. You'll be bragging how bad you looked back then. You'll be proud to show the world, look what I looked like back then, because look at how I look like now. So that's one of the great things. You can do also measurements. You can do other things like DEXA scan if you really want to go into the fat measurement. But again, those, I don't want you to get all caught up into that. Those are something to do once every 3 months, perhaps. The other thing is that I recommend is go ahead and have a little journal. Have a little journal of where, first of all, put your start date on that journal, put your start date on a calendar. That is one of the most important motivating factors. I started this day one. It doesn't matter how much you stumbled along the way. That's irrelevant. The fact that you started saying that you're a carnivore from this day forth is the most important thing. On your journal, you could also write all your ailments that you're feeling, day one or in the past, what's happening right now. And you would journal every probably month and so, and write down how you're feeling and what's gone away. So I would list all the ailments that you have currently, and you could almost cross them all out as the carnivore journey works on some of those. So those are the little tricks.
Okay, that sounds really great. And what about, do I need to actually write down my what I'm eating as well, and then how I respond to what I eat? Is that important as well?
That's I wouldn't say that's I mean, if you're a journaler and you enjoy doing that, then yes. Um I don't like getting down to that level because then you tend to overthink whether you're eating enough, whether you should be eating more, whether you should be eating less. And that can lead to very easily into idea of eating disorders. What I would do is probably mark the amount of times I ate that day, like whether I ate twice, whether I ate snack, instead of actually looking at the volume and calories and trying to see how much you're eating. I would rather track the amount of time and amount of distance that you've ate. So let's say, for example, you eat one time at 12, one time at 5. That's a good knowledge to have for the future and seeing if you'll end up eating less amount throughout the day.
Okay, so mainly I shouldn't be getting really fussy and focusing on, my weight or, real specifics about what I'm eating. It's more
Yep.
just about tracking my overall progress and gains and changes I see in my body shape, my face, and then resolution of my health issues.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And no macro tracking either. Don't track the amount of fat. Well, I say you don't need to track the amount of fat or protein you're eating, but we do want you to try to aim for that 1-to-1 ratio. But it's more like a feel, you'll know when you're not eating enough fat. So we just don't want you to get caught up into the minute detail of it, because it is an overview that we're looking at. It's the big picture we're looking for. We're looking for you having progress, and they're typically very slow. So we're talking month at a time.
Okay. Well, this is great. It sounds a lot more intuitive and like
Yes,
I don't want to have to micromanage everything. So
exactly.
okay. Thank you for this bite, Coach Raymond. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, Janice.